Benny Johnson is this super Trump fangirl who everything that Trump does is good, no matter what Trump says. And we all know that the only thing that Trump has been spewing is straight lies. Every weekend we see another lie, whether it's about Iran, whether it's about the Strait of Hormuz, or whether it's about our own ground here in America. But Benny Johnson seems to be pissed off at this IDF soldier for posting a video of him smashing a statue of Jesus Christ. But yet when Trump posts himself as Jesus Christ himself healing the sick, he was quiet as a mouse. He had nothing to say about that at all.
I am a Christian, and it is my obligation to defend the Christian faith. It doesn't mean I hate other people. That's actually immoral. But it does mean that I need to respond when I see images like this, because this is also...
You hear what he said? So it's my duty to respond when I see images like this, but then you have Trump, the man you idolize, post himself as Jesus, but you say nothing. I went through his whole Twitter and I found not one post about him speaking on Jesus. Now, I don't know if Benny Johnson is a Catholic or Protestant. I don't know exactly what his denomination is, but either way, he believes in Jesus Christ. So why didn't you say anything about that?
Moral. This is an IDF soldier smashing with an axe, battle axe, the image of the crucified Christ, desecrating the symbol of Christendom. It's all caught on tape. It's been confirmed. It should make you very, very angry. IDF soldier is pictured smashing a statue of Jesus with an axe in Lebanon. A soldier from Israeli Defense Force has been photographed striking a statue of Jesus, beheading a statue of Jesus. In Lebanon, which has a Christian president, has many Christians living in it, the Israeli military responded saying that it views the incident with great...
Exactly. There's a lot of Christians living in Lebanon, but yet here we are as Americans agreeing to this attack on Lebanon that Israel is doing. I don't know if he spoke on that specific attack itself, but when I see his tweets, I see a lot of just enforcing what Trump says and what he does. I don't ever see him condemning anything that Trump does. Any of these MAGA supporters, I don't see them condemning anything, such as Brandon Tate, Michael Knowles, maybe Michael Knowles, but more so Brandon Tate and Benny Johnson. I don't ever see them condemning anything that Trump does. But here you are condemning the attack on Lebanon that Israel is doing, but yet we play a major part in that as well because we jumped into this war with Iran. So
severity. The image shows the soldier wielding an axe in a Christian village in south of Lebanon near the border with Israel. Lebanon is drawn into the Middle East crisis in March when an Iran-backed armed group, Hezbollah, launched rockets towards Israel, supported the Islamic Republic. Israel responded with a bombing campaign across Lebanon. Following this...
And why did they send rockets to Israel? Because what have Israel been doing to Lebanon and Iran? And also us, America? What have we been doing? We just sitting back and just letting them attack us and we're the good guys and we did nothing wrong? We did nothing to entice them? Come on, man.
Circulation of the photograph, Israeli military said the incident is being investigated. Should be more than just investigated. This, I mean, there is zero reason on a battlefield to ever do this, to ever desecrate the symbol of Christendom, unless, of course, you have...
This is what makes no sense to me. Check this out. So for you guys that don't know, as a Jewish man, majority of them do not believe in Christianity. They believe that to be a false religion because they don't believe in the deity of Jesus Christ, right? So when you see an IDF soldier who is Jewish smash a statue of Jesus Christ, why are you shocked at this? They don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in Christianity, which is a reason why it makes no sense to me for America to be defending Israel so hard, because they look at us like clowns. They look at us like dirt on the bottom of their shoe. That's what they see Christianity as. So for you to act surprised that he's doing this, they've been doing this since before our time. This is what they believe. They believe that Jesus is a false prophet. They believe he was just a normal man at that. And Christians believe that he has a divine nature. So why are you shocked that they're doing this?
Seething hatred for Christians. And there's plenty of that exists all around the world. Certainly in this part of the world, appropriate measures will be taken against those involved in accordance with the findings. Furthermore, the IDF is working to assist the community in restoring the statue to its place. I would like to donate. The post continued, and I'll read you the post in just a moment, but people are enraged at this. Here we go. Lebanon Israeli soldier smashing the...
Man, why'd you just pass by all those destroyed buildings in Lebanon with people standing beside them? How did that happen? How did all those buildings get destroyed? You just skip by that and not say a word about that, but I think those were attacked, right? Bombs were sent over those buildings to make them look like rubble, right? Who sent those bombs?
Head of a Christ statue during a military operation. It's nothing military. There's no military objective here whatsoever. The IDF is currently examining the reliability of the photograph. If it is real, the recent picture of these actions do not align with the IDF's values, behavior. The incident will be investigated thoroughly. We'll take the steps. Why don't you name the actual soldier that did this? Here we go. IDF. What did they say? Following the completion of an initial examination regarding the photograph, IDF soldier, a Christian symbol, determined that it depicts a real IDF soldier. It really happened. It's not AI. They view this with severity. The incident is being investigated by Northern Command and being addressed through the chain in accordance with the findings. Furthermore, the IDF is working to assist in the community restoring the statue. The IDF is operating to dismantle terrorist infrastructure. Oh, yeah, really? Well, it looks like you're dismantling.
Nothing is going to happen to this soldier. And the reason why nothing will happen is because all of Israel believe in the same thing that this man is doing. Come on now. Even Bibi Netanyahu has spoken about this. They're waiting on their Messiah. They don't believe Jesus is the Messiah. So this right here, nothing will happen because all he is doing is what they believe in. It's just not what you believe in, yet you are tied to making sure they achieve their ultimate goal, which is to bring forth their Messiah. And when you read the Bible, it starts to sound like their Messiah is the Antichrist because we believe in Jesus as the Messiah. So if this is a false Messiah, that would be the Antichrist. But yet here you are supporting this war that Trump is doing when all it's doing is bringing forth this prophetic coming that has been written in the Bible, or for them in their books, the upcoming Messiah that you don't even believe in.
And I don't know what else to say. It's not like it's not in any way would I wouldn't want this. We've been banging on and on and on about the potential destruction of the Dome in the Rock, the Al-Aqsa Mosque. I am not calling for that. The last thing that I want, right? But like there's some megalomaniacal people that absolutely want this to happen, and we're hoping it would happen. Plenty of bombs were landing. I don't want that to happen. It's something that should infuriate people of all faiths. There should be some things that we are above. The Assembly of Catholic Ordinaries of the Holy...
There should be some things that we're above, absolutely. But like I said before, when you don't address your president, our president, Donald Trump, portraying himself as Jesus, healing the sick, and you say nothing about it, then what do you really stand for? Are you putting Trump above God? Because that's what it seems like when you don't condemn anything that he does, but just support everything that he says or does. And obviously, one major thing in the Bible is idolatry. It talks about how that's a major sin. Idolizing people, idolizing statues. I'll put up some verses here so you can see it for yourself. And this is exactly what you do when it comes to Trump. You idolize the man without even realizing it. And not to mention, there was that time during the Super Bowl performance where Bad Bunny was performing and he was posting AI videos of Bad Bunny burning a flag, basically claiming that Bad Bunny hates America, which is why he's doing it. So all you're doing is spreading hate by doing that because it was false. It was an AI video of Bad Bunny and you shared it and all your followers believed that it was real. So what did you do right there? You were spreading a false narrative. You were spreading hate, and that's also against the Bible. Spreading hate. What happened to love thy neighbor, love one another, love thy Lord your God? What happened to all that? It only aligns when something like this happens, right? But everything else doesn't matter. And here's another tweet right here. Check this out. Now, when it comes to the timeline of him posting Christ is King or however long he's been doing it, that doesn't matter to me. But it's the fact that you have a lot of these influencers, specifically on the right side, always post this where they say Christ is king, or they may post a Bible verse, or whenever something comes up that they feel the need to quote scripture or speak about Jesus, then that's when they do it, but they don't really live that life. And as you can see right here, he's constantly posting Christ is king, good morning, Christ is king. Somebody said he didn't start this until a few months ago, which he says I've been doing it for years. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's crazy that you post Christ is king, because then you check this out here and you have a video by Ashley St. Clair, who was a former MAGA influencer, who just posted this. This was a few days ago, actually. But she posted this about Benny Johnson, claiming that she has receipts on him of what he used to do, not even that far back in the days. This is during his whole MAGA run. And it seems pretty interesting.
No way. No way. Okay.
That would be interesting. Now, basically what she's saying is that this man goes the other way. And it's crazy because you have him being a Christ is king, God first type of guy online, and he's a MAGA influencer. But it's, let's say, this is all allegedly, but let's say if he did go that way or does go that way, it just shows the fakeness that there is in the Christian community, because they all use this just to push an agenda, whether it's politically or just to show face as if they're this great person because they follow a book that claims that you need to love thy neighbor, love others as yourself, and do this and do that. No adultery and loyalty to one person, such as marriage. And then you have him doing stuff like this allegedly. So then it's like, come on, you're putting on the act and you're making Christianity look bad. And Brandon Tatum is another one of those clowns that just uses this Christianity to make himself look like the person that I don't believe he really is, because he's always Trump first before God. I mean, look at this. President Trump's nobody's puppet. Tweet that Trump posted on Truth Social. Israel never talked. Look, let's see. Israel never talked to me into the war with Iran. The results of October 7th added to my lifelong opinion that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Did I watch and read the fake news? Pundits impose in total disbelief. Here's this guy talking about Israel never talked me into war, which is obviously a lie, because we saw the clips of Marco Rubio speaking how Israel was about to jump into this war if we did nothing, so we had no choice but to jump into it, basically insinuating that Israel forced our hand into this war. And then when Trump said something about, no, we fully had control and we decided this on our own, then you have Marco Rubio switching up his words saying, oh no, we were never forced, we actually decided forefront because they were an imminent threat all of a sudden. See the back and forth, see the fake news. This is where the fake news is coming from. Every weekend we have some fake news saying that the Strait of Hormuz is open when it's not. In fact, this might be the video right here. Let's check this out.
Casualties. And so the president made the very wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher those killed. And then we would all be here answering questions about why we knew that.
You see? He says we knew Israel was going to attack, so they were going to go straight for it with or without us, so we had no choice but to jump in, which just shows who has control in America, because the fact that Israel made a decision that forced our hand to jump into this war just shows who's pulling the strings. And not to mention, Brandon Tate also spoke on the whole Trump portraying himself as Jesus, and he said that was not an issue. There was no problem with that. It was all cool. It was just a joke. But then you have Drewski posting himself as Erica Kirk, and all of a sudden that's going too far. But the president of the United States portraying himself as your Lord and Savior is not going too far. It's just a joke. It just screams hypocrisy to me, and it shows me where your allegiance lies. You are Trump before God, and then you want to use Christianity to push this narrative as, hey, listen, this is America. We're all just about love, this and that. That's BS. There's no love in America, and it shows based off of the administration that's running our country right now. You guys let me know what you think about these influencers in the comments below. Do you agree with them using Christianity to kind of push this narrative that America is this loving nation and it's really America first? Or are they really just about Trump, whatever he does, and then God is secondary to that? You guys let me know, man. That's all I got for you guys on this video right here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.